Okay, so I thought I would show you guys. I'm not using an external mic, so hopefully you guys can hear me. I have two really good examples of pokeweed versus elderberry, and it's this time of the year where people are going to collect the elderberry. And I did a video before about it, but I have a really good pokeweed plant to show you the difference, and I thought I'm going to do another one. Okay, so here's the elderberry. So this is my elderberry bush, and actually it's bushes now, but so now let me show you a good example. This is what happens when the plant starts kind of petering out, but here's a good example of some good leaves. Okay, so elderberry leaves are going to be like this, where they're directly across the stem from each other, and they may have these little guys. Here's a good example. They may have these little guys coming off the bottom of the bigger leaves. They're slightly toothed. You can see that right there. And the back of the leaf is just a paler version of the front. The berries will look like this. They're going to grow in this umbrella shape like that. And they're going to come off the stems here, come off just like the leaves on either side for the berries to grow on. Let me show you a different example of that. So see here how they have like this, like they're going to be directly across from each other, and then there's probably even one little guy in the center. So, but the important thing to know is they grow in this umbrella shape, like this. This one's a really big full one. But see how they're like, yeah, like a dome. Like you could rest your hand on top of it and it would feel curved under your hand. Okay, then the stems themselves are going to be spotted. See how these have like these purple, there might be brown on yours, but anyway. And then the stems coming off of that main stem are probably going to be purple. And they're not round. They're like, I don't want to say like a triangle, but there's an edge to them. There's edges to them. This main stem is round. These little smaller purple ones kind of have an edge to them. And then coming out of the ground here, rabbits have been chewing on these, but this is what they look like coming out of the ground. Yeah, see, rabbits are chewing on the bark. And the bumps are textured. You can feel them. Okay, so that's elderberry. Let me show you pokeweed. Okay, so when I show you guys the pokeweed, you're going to be like, that's totally different. How do people mess it up? I'll show you why they mess it up. Okay, so this is pokeweed. And it's actually just growing right next to one of our fire pits, our burn piles. So see how the berries grow completely different. They grow in this conical shape. When they're green, they look like this, and it's like a cone. The berries are the same color, but they're much larger, and yeah, they just don't grow in the same way. Now this plant is toxic. I know that there are ways that you can treat, like you can eat the leaves and stuff. I don't know how to do that. I'm not the authority on that. You need to go look at a different video for that. I'm just here to show you what the differences are, because, you know, it's elderberry season. Okay, so the leaves. The leaves are totally different than the elderberry in the respect that they are not toothed. Let's see if I can see how they're smoother. There's no teeth on the edge of these leaves. They also, let me flip this one over so you can see, the leaves do not grow directly across from each other. They alternate. So there's another huge tip. The stems, now here's where people get confused, right? The stems are purple. With a pokeweed plant, the whole thing is going to be purple. Remember on the elderberry, I showed you that the main stem is like brown or gray and it's speckled? This is not going to be like that. So this whole thing, let me bring you down here to the base of the plant. The whole thing is purple. I mean, you can't miss that, right? That's a really good warning sign that you might not want to eat this plant. And they get thick, very thick. You saw with the elderberry, they're a little bit thinner. And those are, what I showed you is an established plot. This guy just propped up this year. Oh, and then when they do have flowers, this is what they look like. Very similar to an elderberry, the flower itself. However, the growing shape, not at all the same. Okay, guys, so that's pokeweed. And that is toxic to eat, where the elderberry, after the berries are cooked, make a fabulous cold medicine.
I walk with you through the great divide.